this is going well. You guys wouldn't be able to see any of this if Chiz wasn't doing this for us.
Hmm.
But yeah, just go into today. Cirso, what do you think is just stands out to you when we go into this matchup?
Well, yeah, our challenger matchup here will be the slow starfish representing the speed demons and the toucans of the jungle. And yeah, I had a chance to look at the stats for both these teams and their journeys to get into this into the grand finals here, and you can see pretty similar across the board. Slow Starfish did have the better regular season finish, I believe second in the entire division. And while the Toucans, sorry, they were number one in their division, second in their conference, and second overall in the league. And the Toucans were first in their division, second in their conference, and I believe fourth overall in the league. So this is the top of Challenger.
Yeah, another something else that stands out to me is we look at the goals. Both these teams
Hmm.
can score, but then we look at the
Oh
goals
yeah.
against. They don't let too many people score either, and you just go down. It's almost dead even down to the shooting percentage. And like we look at the wins and losses, and you think those losses probably came from a minor miscommunication, or a team got something like that. Because when
Hmm.
stats are this close, you make it really hard for make it for us and just the
Oh
fans in
yeah.
general to make a prediction. Like you look at these stats, and usually you'll see something's very one sided. And you're like, okay, that's where they're going to attack them. But here, I don't.
Hmm.
There's nothing you can attack. If anything, is who can hold down the fort longer.
Yeah, that's always the beauty and the hard part with these kind of stats, right? Because they're accumulated over the entire season. So, if one team starts off the season with a 30-game win streak and then loses their next 30 games, right? Like the stats will kind of show that differently. So, we kind of have to look at their matchups going into the grand finals. So, the Toucans had the pleasure of facing their conference rivals Void, and they took them down 4-2. While the slow Starfish seemed to struggle against the Breadsticks, having to go all the way to a game seven. So, in terms of tempo here, I gotta maybe favor the Toucans, the players there, Chicken 935, Mogul Maniac, Godless, and Raisin Bran for representing the jungle tonight.
Yeah, you're looking at it and you see the best of seven. And for those who haven't been around RC a long time, Array always puts together really strong challenger teams. So, I wouldn't say it was probably like the worst for the Slow Starfish. Maybe even get some prepared because they go to the game seven. We have to think they're fully prepared. Then we
Hmm.
look at the Toucans, and the Toucans swept previously before they're 4-2. So you think they want to end it fast, and the Slow Starfish are okay with going to a best of five, best of seven all the way. So we're looking
Hmm.
at like two completely different sides of the spectrum right now.
Yeah, and I'm really excited to see how this one goes because one of the stats we were chatting about before we went live there, Carnage, it does not show demos per game, and we have it on good authority that the Toucans love to get down and dirty, and they are a very physical team. So I know Chicken and I believe it's Godless average at least a demo per game, so this could be a very violent grand finals.
Oh, definitely. It's going to be very violent, very fast. But then the one thing that stands out to me is how many times you can shoot the ball, how many times
Hmm.
you can make it. And
Oh yeah,
when you're sitting above 30, and you got two players sitting at 40%. So
oh yeah.
Starfish might can take the demos and just keep shooting and shoot lights out. And that's not saying that the Toucans are anything lesser either. They have a lot of shots. The percentage is not as high, but you think those demos is what helps them. It gets that other
Hmm.
team just going in disarray, and eventually they either own goal or like it's just free because you cleared everybody out of the net.
I'm so glad you mentioned those shooting stats, Carnage, because I did not want us to get into the game without talking about those. 40% shooting is bonkers. Like, that's crazy. You're making at least a third of your shots there. And like, most of the top players I've seen in my time at RSC average at least 40% shooting here. So just off that stat here, slow starfish, you gotta look at Ahmed there in 60 games, right? 75 goals, 48 assists, 184 shots. This man is leading the offense for the Starfish, and I'm not discrediting his teammates, right? Cognition as well, 66 goals in 60 games, and Squirrel 38 goals in 44 games. This is an offensive team, but Ahmed is certainly leading the way in almost every stat.
Oh, most definitely. And then looking over, I think for me the counterpart is going to be Mongol. Not because he has less goals. It's because when you have 40 goals and you're very close in assists, just like Cognition up top, you got to think of them that they can do it all. They can go back, play defense. They can toss you up the ball so you can get a double tap. Knowing challenger, somebody's going to pull something out crazy that we haven't seen before. He can shoot when he's asked upon. So we're really looking for me. It's going to be that Cognition versus Mongol. Like, who's going to be the maestro? Who's going to get them going? Because to get here, everybody has to be a two-way player. But then you have that one player on your team that without them, nothing works. Nothing works, and
Mhm.
I believe it's these two right here.
Yeah, and I mean, we'll have to kind of see what is working tonight. One of the beautiful things with RSC are these four-man rosters. So, and we can see here, right? Shazam and Gaulis both have had their times to. Oh, sorry, Shazam and Raisin Bran have had their chances to play for their respective teams. So, kind of depending on how the series go, right? If some players maybe not bringing the tempo the team desires, they can always swap things out and try and change up the pace here at best of seven, right? That is going to be we could be going for an hour and a half, right? This is going to be a long series, and it'll be very curious to see what kind of tactical changes both teams make in between games.
Oh, most definitely. And I'm not going to I'm not going to make any predictions 'cause I have a
Oh,
very bad record of a caster's curse, especially when I'm talking about somebody not doing something. So, I think, but the only caster curse I'm gonna go, I think is gonna go the full seven. Now, depending
hmm
on how that's gonna happen, we don't know. But I see a full seven coming because it's just too close to call. Like we look at the stats, we even look at the player stats, and it's just the only thing that's different is just how many goals is scored right now.
hmm And I mean, I don't want to be the one to start instigating, but I gotta pick a side here, right? I gotta try and be the villain tonight, Carnage. I'm gonna favor slow Starfish. I always believe that looking at the stats, looking at the longevity, looking across all those games, you gotta favor the teams that can show up the most, right? That's the thing with the best of seven, means more games, and when you have more games, that means you tend towards your average. So I gotta favor the Starfish here. I'm sorry, Jungle fans. Don't worry, we'll try to be unbiased as possible here on this cast. And we can kind of talk about the players in the lobby. The player, they have joined by now. So for the Starfish, I'm seeing Ahmed, I'm seeing Cognition, and I'm seeing Squirrel. And then for the Toucans, I'm seeing Mogul, I'm seeing Chicken, I'm seeing Godless. So both teams are bringing their starting three tonight.
Yeah, they're coming in here. They're probably getting here chomping at the bit. We got about another minute of talking. But, Squirrel's in the chat right now. Shout out to Squirrel being in the chat along with the GMs coming in. But I also want to say to the GMs and AGMs that got this team together, congratulations. You got these two teams here all the way
Mhm.
to the finals. And, it's not easy for those who've ever made it to the finals or even gotten deep in the playoffs because you have to be together as a team. And I think we have the two best teams. Like, there's not an eighth seed coming in here. These teams were respectively high. And no offense to the HC teams, but
I was
sometimes
gonna
they
say,
they get momentum and they come in. But usually when you have like a number two seed, there's a target on your back and you get eliminated very early in the bracket. Like
yep.
we see it all day, every day. Even in the rival, we saw both number ones go down. But they're respectively here, they're ready, they're probably chomping down at the bits. But
hmm
we look at these stats and I've been in this position before. My prospect final, but I say it comes down to the nerves. Both these teams are want to get after it, but you don't want to overextend. A kickoff very early, and you're already down because that changes the game. Like the first goal will probably dictate, and how that goal happens might dictate the entire series for them.
Yeah, I mean, it's always so easy to kind of catch momentum in these kind of series. You gotta be sure though that if you do start dropping a game or two, right, you're being cognizant of that, you're being aware and actively trying to make changes, right? Don't be complacent. Some games, right, if you lose, say in an overtime, you can be like, okay, go next, less things to worry about. But if you start getting blown out, especially in those like not match point games, but the ones leading into match point, you actively need to talk about that, and you got to expect the captains on the teams and maybe the GMs to start providing some feedback and really try to change the direction of the series.
Oh, most definitely. And Boss just dropped in an amazing stat here. So they have
Oh.
176 saves, for the Toucans, 183 for the Slow Starfish, first and third and Charlie. And he also said they don't give up the midfield, so we actually might see a whole bunch of midfield play. It might not be a lot of shooting. It's
hmm
gonna be that cat and the mouse in the field of who demos to and gets that open
Oh.
midfield.
Yeah, well, I'm for one a huge supporter of demos. We'll have to see what both teams can bring. We're on the pitch. Game one is underway, and let's see who will open the scoring here. It's looking to be Slow Starfish right out of the gate. Cognition blocking his own teammate, but off the jump here, Slow Starfish being aggressive.
The being extremely aggressive goes all the way back. Carnation got to tap into the side. He might get a double here. He's gonna get a chip
Oh,
up over to Ahmad.
oh,
Ahmad trying to catch it. And if he would have caught it, he might have caught two players out. Squirrels was gonna chip it over. And right now they're not just booming the ball, they're getting a nice chip so they get under it. Nothing but possession, all in
oh.
favor of the slow starfish right now. Anything but slow. gets over one, over two. The catch goes under one, pops it up over two, and now we got the Soul Starfish out with only 30 seconds into the game.
Oh man, shout out to the man in chat who said that Ahmed is a cheat code. This is what you want to see from your star players on the day to open the scoring, setting the pace here. Second kickoff underway. Diagonal will be won out by Slow Starfish. No quick second goal to finish unless Ahmed gets a good shot here, gets the demo. And now off the backboard, leaving it for Cognition's shot to be wide. Squirrel's shot to be high as well. Slow Starfish are just taking advantage of the Toucans who now get a chance to attack the other way.
You got air dribble. Chicken's going for the dunk. Doesn't get one. Goomba stomps somebody in the net. Ahmad's not going to clear the ball. Keeps it close. And Ahmad's been on the ball almost since we started the game. Gets up into the corner. We got a clear going straight to the middle. Cognition's going to catch it. No, he's going to take a shot. But they've got Ahmed coming up from the sidewall. That's going to get saved. The Squirrel's coming across to try to slow it down. And Cognition is going to reset everybody. Avoids the 50. But loses the Mongol. Misses the demo. Tries to chip it up. And right now, the Slow Starfish is just suffocating them because every time they miss the ball or they miss the player, they go straight for it. It's another team save. And at this point, you're thinking this is a 2v4 because every time Ahmad or Squirrel goes for a shot, Cognition is somewhere in the mix. But this time, Ahmad goes right back up, misses a double tap, goes straight to the left side. And right now, this has got to be frustrating and a very poor start from the Toucans because they're getting bumped around. Another miss from Squirrel. Squirrel's going to try to back up and get a bump here. There's another 50 all the way back over. Cognition is quick to turn and get ready for another ball. We got to clear. This might relieve some pressure here, but Squirrel's already ready. It looks like there's a miscommunication and an own goal. It's an own goal. Godless puts him in a predicament. And I think this is where Squirrel just had to let it go. It's one of those weird corner bounces where you're like, oh, snap, and he turns around and it just own goals him. And again, right now, no offense, it's not Toucan versus Slow Starfish. It's Slow Starfish versus the Slow Starfish.
Yeah, they've got 2 goals this game, but the score is 1-1 here. Godless, a infinite shooting percentage here as the Toucans get blessed with that tying goal as we approach the halfway point here in game 1. Looking to be Cognition to break that deadlock. Wins the 50 against Mogul. Ahmed looking to center themselves here for a passing play. Shot almost. Cat here, centered again. 2 cars from Toucans. Now Mogul looking to take this off the sidewall. Running out of boost though with the 0 boost dribble here. And the Fennec just taking it with them. Going for a walk. Gets blocked out. Now Squirrel with the redirect. Pushing this one into the corner. It's Chicken. Not the best touch though. And with space, that's a big clear out now. Can Ahmed get something going here from the opposite corner?
Ahmed gets a chip up. It's going to be a 50 right in the midfield. Here comes Ahmed again. The win actually loses that 50. Cognition tips it right back out. Chicken gets it up in the air. He's going to try to follow it. Cognition is just going to drop it. Makes it very awkward. We're just trying to keep it in the corner right now, or at least if we're tardy towards, or not tardy towards, my fault. So Starfish, but a shot to the side. Ahmed is going all over the place. He already has 409 points. That is almost 300 points more than Cognition. And on the other side, Chick has 459, and that's 200 more points than Godless. So we're already seeing most of our players going all out at the moment. Chicken gets around one. Chicken picks up a 100 pad. He's going to look for it. No, he lets Squirrel go first. Squirrel trying to throw a misdirection at Chicken and does. Now we got a whole bunch of players in the air. Ball goes all the way back down. Cognition is waiting for it. Godless will be safe and just throw it away. And right now, it's coming down to, can the Slow Starfish actually put together a play that gets into the net, because the Toucans are holding their own, even when they're all sitting on 40 or less boosts right now.
Oh, might just bounce in. Oh, just wide there off the crossbar. And yeah, I mean, Slow Starfish are almost double the shots of the Toucans. Just they haven't been of quality here. And as we enter the final minute of game 1, it's anyone's game, but a huge double commit from the Toucans. Squirrel has an open net. The shot is too high. A chance for Slow Starfish to seal game 1, but it gets turned away, and we remain level here. Now pitch to the midfield. Squirrel almost putting in another own goal. Does not happen this time. It's Toucans with pressure, with space. Mogul's up. They got a net here. They find it. Toucans take the lead.
And we're most definitely seeing nerves from both sides here or there, but right there, Toucans are figuring it out and they get one in there. And honestly, I think honestly, I do believe the Soul Starfish need to kind of slow it down, at least Squirrel in the sense. They're just kind of going wherever and not timing their shots correctly. But kudos to Toucans at keeping their nerve because right now they know they can go on the offensive pressure. It's a misdirection pass onto the other side. Mongo's up there. We got a double commit. Gauss is now going to go for a ball.
Oh,
Just keeping it close. They're not trying to do anything too silly. We know what happens if you try to shoot and no one's ready. Ball goes up. Squirrels look for a double dunk. Go for a double. Cognition's got to open to the back
oh,
post. No one's there. Ahmed's on the far wall waiting for him to go up the wall. He's going to try to meet an air. Squirrels on a chase factor. Godless is just trying to kill the game here. The ball's still going to be up. They need to keep it up. Ahmed tips to the side. Going to throw it straight down to the ground. Toucan still a game one here,
yep.
2-1 in favor of Toucans, and you have to go back and look at it. It was 1-0 up until the own goal here.
Was a very interesting game. Like, Slow Starfish had 13 shots to Toucans 7, but they lose 2-1 here because as we were talking about that own goal, right? And then also they blocked 2 of their own shots. So Slow Starfish are so far this series their own enemies, and Toucans, you know, hate to say it, they did get a little bit lucky there. They did create chances, right? It wasn't just a complete luck fest. They were holding their own, especially on defense there. Look at Chicken, 5 saves in the game one here. So Toucans, they're holding the line defensively, but I want to see them being the ones to be scoring the goals and not just relying on Slow Starfish to kind of give them away.
Oh, most definitely, because eventually we've seen this in almost any series. Eventually, these goals are going to start going in, and once you start bleeding, it continues to bleed. Ahmed was going all over the place actually, but give
Mm-hmm.
it up, give it up to Chicken. Chicken 5 saves, and these weren't any like low level saves. These were Ahmed coming off the top. We had shots going left and right. And you're just thinking, this is a best of 7. This is not a best of 5. So like you lose 3 straight, and we have seen reverse sweeps happen. This is what's the beauty of the best of 7. You can have a bad game, and after that, figure it out and come right back at them with the same game plan, just a little bit more cleaned up.
Exactly right there, Carnage. Now we get into game 2 of this best of 7 Challenger Grand Finals. Toucans have to lead so far, but again, off the kickoff, it's Slow Starfish getting the opening chances. Big clears out, though, kept back in by Cognition. Oh, gotta be careful with those ones. They just dimed up Squirrel for a shot, bouncing off the sidewall. They're gonna go again for it. Double coming with their teammates. Should be a chance for Toucans to get a big clear out. Not quite the one they want there. Cognition shot blocked by Gauss, dunking on them again. Toucans getting stuffed once more in the series.
And they're just getting stuffed this 50 after 50, and there's not going their way. In my
Oh.
head, I thought they needed to win these 50s, and they honestly need to focus a little bit more on it because they're losing all of it. They're keeping Ahmed off the ball as best as possible. And honestly, I think for both teams, actually, they might be Squirrel here on the tip. Squirrel denies the shot, and it was not a shot on target, but if it was any inch closer, it would have been in the net condition going for a demo. That's their bread and butter right now.
Oh.
It's the tip over. And right now, I think we're seeing a different type of Toucans. You brought up the demo stats, and they're not doing that, and that might be what's throwing them off. They can't get the demo because they're getting bumped first. They're chasing everybody. There's a double commit in the net. Ahmed straight up into the air. He's going for the double. Can't put it straight on target. Going for the dunk. Doesn't get the dunk. Here comes Cognition. Misses. Squirrels is in the back. Actually, swapping Cognition is now there. Gets the bump and the ball. Squirrel and Ahmed are now back, and Toucans hold the fort down, or in terms of unexpected, and have held the nest completely, keeping them out. Now we got a double tap from Chick. It's gonna be wide open. It's a dunk through Squirrel. Mongol gets the goal off a double tap from Chicken, the 2 main driving force of this offense.
Wow, it took them a minute and a half to get their first shot this game. And while the first one was high, it was a pass to the teammates. Toucans held the line for so much here. And now they had themselves another lead this series. Slow Starfish, though, keep winning these kickoffs. You can't afford to keep giving these up, though, because eventually we'll start to find some quick ones as the Toucans will look to capitalize the other way here. Ahmed pitching it off the inside of their goalpost. Got to be careful with those ones. Mogul attempting to center it again, but Cognition will get some beats here and a demo to clear the way here. Going for a solo play. Mogul will push us in the corner and now look to get it over Ahmed. Oh. Some control here. Ahmed going for another solo play. Chicken will collect. And a demo in the midfield. Now we're starting to see them. This series is getting physical. A big pinch center here to Mogul. Will go for a shot here. Slow enough for the defense to double commit and clear out. Cognition turning around, taking the ball for a walk up the wall here. Chicken will pinch us off here, and Gauss with a big beat here. Squirrel needs to track back, does so. Oh, that's a big center though for the other team. Cognition flying back in time, bailing out the Starfish once more as we pass the halfway point here in game 2.
Yeah, we're getting into the point where there's so much pressure, and then they forget that they need to third man back, and they just chunk the ball up. Like here, they're going to put it on target all the way down, slightly off. But all they do is they chunk it up, and then they wait for the next touch. Gauss is going, but here comes Chicken. Chicken doesn't get onto it. Mongo is just going to chip it up, try to hold on to the ball. But everybody regroup. He's out of boost. So is his teammates. One of them just regrouped 100 on their back 50. A back pass here. It might get picked off. No, it doesn't. Chicken barely beats them out. And ladies and gentlemen, we got a barn burner here. It is going to be a goal for Chicken off a mistouch. The slow Starfish trying to go fast and got burnt.
Oh.
And it's Squirrel not communicating. I don't know what's going on in those comms. But this is technically his second time gifting a goal over to the Toucans. But kudos to the Toucans for holding down the fort. And you can see them actually starting to open up now. They're actually chasing for demos when they can. And they're not getting brought too far out. Cognition wins the 50. Actually, it's going to be up. Monk goes down. Cognition goes straight to the sidewall. And I think both teams right now they're actually going for a little bit more individual plays or off the backboard plays. I would like to see both teams, maybe go back into the little bit of back passing or right in the midfield. Squirrel has 0. He's got to wait for it. He just throws it back to him. Ahmed is in a very tough position here. What a save, and still manages all his boosts. The ball is thrown off the backboard. The ball is now thrown into their corner, and it's like they're about to get a taste of their own medicine here because here comes Chicken waiting for him, goes for the ball. Ball goes over. Ahmed gets all the way back out again by himself. Now he's looking for the infield pass, bounces it over one, can't get anybody on the receiving end. And the ball goes back over again. Squirrel, no one's on the receiving end here. Squirrel throws it right back in. Here comes Ahmad going for the dump. They throw up 2 to make sure he can't get through. The ball goes all the way back down. Cognition gets another tap, tosses the ball in the air, trying to waste some boost so they can probe here. And at this point in time, you're just thinking there's only a matter of time until the slow Starfish are completely defeated because everything that they're throwing at them isn't working, and two of the 3 goals is all because of accidental miscommunication. Now we got a wide open net. Ahmad might get beat here. He does. It kisses the inside of the net, and they're putting a sword in the game. Toucans are slowly moving towards that 2-0. We're not going to throw anything yet because we know that the slow Starfish can win their kickoffs.
They'll have to wait a few kickoffs at this point here. I'm starting to look at the Toucans looking really good here. They're bringing out the demos. They're bringing out the long shots. And I'm looking at the shots for the slow Starfish here as Gauss popping up for a solo play. One more. If the last one was a sword there to end it, what is that one? A second sword?
Yeah, at this point, it's a sword, and then it's to throw him down in the basement and lock it and throw away the key because that was going to be a dagger. And at this point, I don't know. We're not going to move into we'll wait till this goes to go for another kickoff. Do they get one? No, but there's a bump. Cognition's going to go and try to get one for the road, get some momentum, and get some pinch across. Now we got a double commit. They might can go back there and get one, or do they just let it die? They're just going to let it die here. And the Toucans show extreme resilience on defense. And in that last minute and 30, they just let the slow Starfish have it.
But we gotta talk about this though. A special kind of defense, right? Last game, Toucans 7 shots, Starfish 13. This game, Toucans 8 shots, Starfish 4. The Starfish didn't even get a chance to register shots on net because the Toucan players were stepping up early. They were going into the corners. They were challenging things in front of their net and not letting the shots rain in on net. You know how you stop a 40% shooter like Ahmed? You don't let him get shots on net in the first place.
You don't let him shoot, and it's almost like they kind of double teamed him when he goes to shoot. There's 2 up. But when anybody else shoots, unless it's a panic, there's only 1 up. So they respect Ahmed. But looking at it, you have to ask yourself, do you make a sub? Because that's twice. And not to put all the blame on Squirrel, but everybody has seen it. It did happen. And like I said, this is not one of those things where you kind of just be like, you can't put the blame on him. But this is a finals, and you are at this right here. You lose this game, you're looking at a reverse sweep, and I've only ever seen one on stream. So you're looking for like the epitome of, do you make the sub now, or do you think you can escape out and get out of it?
Well, this is the best of 7, right? So they're not in do or die mode quite yet. But if this trend continues, if they keep getting stuffed in the corners and bumped and demoed here, I mean, yeah, you're exactly right. We're going to be going to game 4, and they're going to have to reverse sweep here. You never want to be in that position. Slow Starfish need this game, and we'll have to see what kind of changes they're going to make to adapt to the changes Toucans have been making, because they've been looking so good here. Now they're winning kickoffs, and Chicken's going up the ceiling here for a shot attempt here to open the scoring. Big pinch the other way, though. Ahmed once again stepping up on defense for the Starfish.
You got Ahmed going up, just trying to give Ahmed a lot of space. Ahmed might actually catch him lacking. Yes, he does. Saw Gauntlet is going for the boost, and you know, as you get higher in these tiers, that is a complete death sentence. He went straight to the boost. Ahmed has 20 boosts, using it all to get it in. And like we said, they don't have a hand in front of Ahmed. He's getting a goal here, and he does.
Excellent job there, opening the scoring like they did in game 1. And now it's Cognition off the kickoff here, trying to drive it past 2. It's Chicken, up to Godless. Godless back to Chicken here. Some tiki-taka trying to get through the midfield. Chicken now pinching it up to Godless once again. Ball's gonna come center here. Big one for Mogul, just a high shot above the net. Defense should be able to collect, they do so. Now it's Cognition. Their attempt with control. Just getting pumped off the ball here. Chicken doing excellent work here, just contesting in the midfield, now trying to pass it down towards a teammate. No goes for a shot on net, and Ahmed will get a big clear out for Godless to try and keep this one in the blue half.
You got Squirrel corralling it. He has enough boost in the tank. He's gonna try to go over one. Actually tries to go under him instead, but Gauntlet caused the bluff. Now we got the midfield pass coming out. Mongol, Squirrel trying to break it up. Ahmed, I think he's sitting on low boost here. But he gets the pinch out. He's still gonna keep on it.
Oh,
we got a bump. Squirrel didn't get the boost and got bumped out. Now they're chasing him in the target. Ahmed pinches it. He's actually got enough boost. Picks up 100, goes straight to the back wall. Squirrel's on the back wall. Ahmad is just going to town. They're letting him do everything now. Cognition finally gets 100, throws the ball up. Do we see someone going? Oh, I'm actually just gonna backtrack and just kind of watch it here. Forces an early challenge here. Squirrel's gonna tap it down, but everybody's up to get a chip around. It might be. We got Gauntlet going prick on one. Ahmed won't fall for it though. Goes around, picks up 100, and sir, we have to actually commit. Ahmed, he's all over the place. Cognition gets a shot. He's gonna see if he can reload it again, throw it up. No. Ahmad's gonna backtrack. Squirrel's coming around to help him. Squirrel's gonna throw it off. Actually throws it off Ahmad's car. Goes all the way in the middle. Here comes Ahmad across, blocks Chicken. He actually pre-jumps off the backboard to go block him. Now God's picked up 100. Cognition throws it in. Squirrel's gonna try to get it in. Can't. Here comes Ahmad reloading it, tosses it back up. Lets him waste some more boost. 37 boost in tank for Squirrel. He just needs to let it go over his head. Chicken's gonna go up, tosses it. They're trying to find some breathing room. Ahmed is just sitting in the back, collecting every ball. And then when he does collect it, actually Squirrel's is gonna throw himself in the mix up here and knock him out of the way. Ahmed is just sitting up in the. Now he's sitting up. He just bumps somebody 5 feet in the air. Ahmed is just going to town right now. Every time we work, he is. We got a dump from Squirrel. Like we're here of Chicken. We're here of Godlets. We're here of Mongol, and then every time they touch the ball, is here comes Ahmad. Squirrel gets a save. Godless tries to pick it up, does not do so. Gets slightly bumped here. Godless might try to get the angle on him, does not. Cognition. Here comes Ahmad. Here comes Squirrel. Actually rotating ball side. Here's a dunk here. This is what the Toucans need to keep him in. Win every 50. There's another one going. Chicken slightly off, but he does get that 100. He's looking for a midfield pass, can't give it up, doesn't give it up, wins another 50. Cognition just trying to find a way. He goes for the double, cannot get the double. Ahmad sitting in the back, and honestly, what are you seeing here besides Ahmad sitting back just holding the fort down?
I mean, he's been doing so much work for the squad. I was keeping track of this for a while there. He actually had more points than every other player in the lobby combined at the halfway point. So he is doing so much work here, driving shots on net and causing own goals the other way. This time it's Ahmed finding their second off the back of the Toucans defense, struggling here. Out of boost, out of position. The slow Starfish have their biggest lead in the series so far.
And now you ask. Now I wonder if they got asked themselves: do they let off the gas, or do they just continue to do what they've been doing, where they just throw one person at them and let Ahmad collect it? We got a demo on the back end. Gauntlet was not having none of that. Mongol goes up with Ahmad. We got Squirrel up. He's gonna try to drop it down. Does not. Chicken's actually backwards here. He's backing up. Squirrel bumps him out of the play. Mongol's gonna try to corral it and get the 100. Cognition won't let that happen. The ball's gonna go over. The slow starfish are being very cautious here. They're picking up 100 pads and making sure that they're good, make sure that they can't get the 100 pads. Squirrel goes for a dunk down. We have cognition right there. Squirrel's gonna try to get it. Actually throws him off mod. It's just gonna corral it, hold on to it, kill a couple seconds. He's gonna
Oh,
throw it
big
off. That
demo.
might be a bad bump here. Is up. Mongo's gonna go for it. Actually, we might have a team play here. No, he just slightly misses it. Here comes the Godless. Gets around him. Amada touches it. We have a fast break on the hands. Post Cognition is gonna chase him all the way down. Actually, steals 100. Here comes Scroll with the shot. Doesn't go in. Amada sitting in the back. We got Mongo 1-2 pass. No, did not have enough boost and take and didn't pre-flip fast enough. They are just trying to kill the time. They're not going for shots. If they are, it's going from deep. Or it's a one-man wrecking crew like Cognition just tried here. Mongo now trying to get a flip, but there's no one with him. He's going to try to beat everybody with just 4 boosts in the tank. He might actually try to go pick up 100, but it's already stolen by Online. Gallus goes for an infield pass. Chicken's going to go try to get it back to him. Doesn't happen here. Scroll's going to try to just corral it. Doesn't get for the touch. Goes for an inside corner shot. Ahmed gets blocked and robbed of his hat trick here. And this one, the Soul Starfish gets the job done. I believe they all had at least one save. Yes, they do. But Armand just took over the game, and you said this. It's going to come from star power, and Armand definitely flexed the star power here.
And 100% saves from the Starfish here. The Toucans only managing 5 shots that game, and the Starfish, as you said, led by Ahmed with a massive Game 3 performance, had 5 saves there. So every effort from the Toucans was met defensively, and very well this time. I'd say in the previous 2 games, the Starfish had a lot more double commits, had a lot more of those soft, poorly positioned touches, but they seem to have cleaned up their defensive game, and that's helped them transition better and now start to open the scoring here. Getting the first win of the series, not getting a sweep, and we're not getting a reverse sweep at the very least here, Carnage. And I think we're really starting to see the true metal of this series, right? The first game, a bit of a steal. The second game, kind of a blowout. This third game here, the closest one so far.
Yes, and I actually think the Soul Starfish might have actually changed it to their game plan because Ahmad was not getting a lot of touches on the ball. And so where do you get the most touches as a third man? Because they're going to either boom you the ball or you're going to be the last man back, and he's making all the right touches, which in my opinion would be the smartest thing. Since he can't be our first man, he's going to be our third man. And hey, he's got 2 goals out of it, and thanks of Cognition and Squirrel going up clearing the path as well.
Well, speaking of Squirrel clearing the path there, they'll open the kickoff for Cognition and just rifle a shot from the start there. Oh boy, tripping over my own words. Not Ahmed. Just going for long shots are the slow Starfish here. Cognition keeping this one a bit close. They're looking for a center here. Not to anyone though, except for the Toucans players who got the clear out. And now it's a chance for Mogo to get a shot here, rolling this one across the backboard, and a second touch as well into Godless. He's trying to get closer and closer to the net, but unable to get enough control around it. Chickens pass to Mogul, fast shot, Squirrel blocks it. It's up now for Godless Cognition's big clear though, we'll stop that one. Alma can't get the bump here, it's Chicken going for a net here, the demo, it's cleared the way, but it's such an awkward spot. The Toucans are tripping over each other, it remains 0-0.
And I think that's the second open net miss in the entire series because I believe Squirrel also missed one. Open nets are just hard. Let's not blame it. We've seen pros miss it too. The open nets are just hard in general, especially when you get the demo and you thought the first man gets the goal and doesn't, and you're pulling up to it. And actually, right now they're gonna put more pressure onto them. And then right now the blue is now scrambling, and everybody's just scrambling on the blue side of the half. And Toucans are just gonna recollect themselves, go for the 50. Here we go. Chicken's gonna steal that 100. That's a good steal here. Ahmed's gonna get it up and over him. And right now, Chicken is trying to harass Ahmed. There's a demo on the back end. Toucan are about to start getting down and dirty again. Gallus chips it over Squirrel. Squirrel doesn't get the touch. Tries to get over Ahmad. Ahmed doesn't let it happen. Cognition's sitting on 0, just trying to fool him here. Can't fool him. Picks up 100. The ball gets thrown right to the side. Squirrel sitting on 0, but throws it right in the middle. You got to be careful here. It's a shot. I don't think Cognition had any boost after I left his point of view. And again, it's another careless mistake of throwing the ball, and Ahmed is trying to follow the ball. It's just not fast enough, and that's a slot upper 90.
I think Cognition actually had a full tank there. They just were not expecting the shot that come from that angle. So either way, though, Toucans taking the lead, like we saw in Game 2 here. A lot of shots against the slow Starfish. Really have only mustered up one here. Ahmed looked to pass towards their teammates, but they're not following up quite yet. Cognition keeping this one in, but a big clear out means Squirrel needs to handle this one backwards. Actually just leaves it for Ahmed, turning around their defensive passing plays. Can be a great way to break out and get your own attacks going, so I love to see that from the Starfish. I hope we see a few more of those.
Yes, indeed. And we got Ahmed going up for another 50. Wins the 50. He's actually beating 2 players almost every single time. Gets bumped out. This is a chance for
big.
slow Starfish because Ahmed has to go all the way back. Chicken just has to make it awkward for him. Doesn't make it awkward enough. The ball goes in. Squirrel gets a demo. This might help him. Squirrel chips it up. They can just take their time a little bit here. Cognition try to just toss it up. Mongolson on 38. Trying to get a pinch out. Doesn't get the pinch out. Squirrel tosses up. Cognition gets a demo on the back end. Here comes Ahmed. It's a miss from everybody. Cognition tries to throw back in. Here comes Squirrel. And the demo was actually perfectly timed, but Ahmed thought the defender was going to get touched, and the defender thought Ahmad was going to get touched, but Ahmad gets it now. He's just sitting on it, wins another 50, goes up again, wins another one. It's an open net. No, it's not. They're going to send the whole house to block him here. Squirrel is waiting in the middle. Cognition throws it up. Squirrel's going to get a touch. Can he get it one that puts it back in the middle? No, but Cognition throws it there. Squirrel is going for the demos now. They haven't really been going for demos, but Squirrel has, and he's going to put a shot on target. Throwing the Toucans in disarray, just picked up 100. This might be in trouble for them. Fakes him, so he has to go up. Wins a 50 that goes up and over. Armada's throwing everything at him. And right now, the Toucans are just trying to recorrect themselves, but they're not letting them have it because here comes Cognition, tosses it up. Armada's just going to try to read it. They're all awkward right now because they're also scrambling for boosts. I just saw one of them going around on pads or were not lit up right now. So they're trying to pick up 12 pads. They're trying to pick up every penny they can. This is their breakout here. Can Chicken go down the field one-on-one with Squirrel, goes for the demo instead. That might not have been the best thing, but it might turn out to be the best thing right now, but no one's going to follow up. They're trying to hold on to the 1-0 lead here. Mongo missed the 100. He might be in trouble here. Thinks like he has some, doesn't have all. Chicken tips it over one. They've got a demo chase right in the middle. Ahmed hits it Ahmed in the face with it. And right now, sir, I don't know what's going on, but Toucans must be praying every time that somebody is going good because everything is going their way.
Oh, it's getting kind of crazy here. We've been in the orange half for so long, but Starfish only have one shot to their name here. They just can't get it on target, and if we get another shot here, it'll be Cognition looking to center this one. Squirrel coming in! It's bouncing off the crossbar! Shot will be cleared out now by Chicken. Godless now trying to clear this one out. Actually goes for the pass now to Chicken here. 1v1. Got the dribble! Toucans double their lead in the closing seconds of game 4.
And right here, that might have been, and look who was it. Cognition got completely one player right here. Act like he wanted to chip it because they've been chipping the ball the entire time, but this time Chicken decides, I'm just going to go under you. And Cognition completely bites on it. Ahmad chips it up in the air. Squirrel's first up, gets a tap on. This might actually fall right over Chicken. Chicken's going to get a tap down. Actually, Squirrel is going to sit there. I think he's trying to pick up a boost. There's a bump. So throw Cognition up. Cognition throws off the corner. It's almost an own goal again, but not close enough. They get around one, but goes straight to Cognition. Cognition tosses it straight into the air. They don't need to toss it in the air. They're killing all their time here. They need to actually put it on the ground. And actually, they have ran out of time. There's nowhere they're going to get around on the other side. And they just kind of killed themselves after the last second. But kudos to Toucans for holding down the Forest and then just going straight after them. Actually, you know what? The Jungle, because the Forest is another franchise here. The holding down the Jungle, but the Toucans completely. And the thing is, you don't see that on the saves. That is the most interesting part of this stat line. You don't see it in the saves. But if you were watching this game, you know the Toucans were holding on to every blade of grass, hoping that it just didn't go into their net.
Yeah, just like game 2, right? Like, it took the slow Starfish 3 minutes to find their second shot. That is, and again, right, we were talking about this. Ahmed and Cognition both are 40% shooters. And the way you stop that, you don't let them get shots on net in the first place. Toucans are looking really good here, and now they're up 3-1 here in the series. That means they've got 3 match points to play with here. They are as comfortable as you can be, but the important thing is that they don't take their foot off the gas, right? This series is not over until that final goal is scored. They have to finish the job well.
And, you know, I'm always a strong believer in demos, and the slow Starfish are doing that. But today I'm going to be a strong believer in defense. I think the Toucans, they don't need to change. Keep being patient and hit them with the counter every time. Because that's how they got their goals. Besides game 2, they haven't blown them out. They wait for the counters and they go after them.
I just picked up something else, by the way, Carnage. Shout outs to Boa for the raid, bringing in a bunch of viewers here as we enter the back half of our Challenger Finals here. RSC Season 19. These are the top teams of this league, and I'm so excited to see here how many more games we can get. Will this be the last one, or will the Starfish recover and look to push us the distance?
And I want to say, be careful of Squirrel. He changed his car. He went to an Octane. You know, usually it's the placebo effect. When somebody changes their car, they're meaning business, especially even if it's the same hitbox, you know, you see it differently.
Oh,
So maybe the Octane, he's going to try to toss it up. Gallus thought he was going to get one. Chicken might go for a crazy play here. He goes for the dip. He actually Goomba Stomp Cognition, and he's still going, folks. How much boost does he have in the tank? Girl is going to go get the back boost. And Gauss is just waiting. Everybody's waiting to see what Chicken was. His teammates even moving in. They thought Chicken was just gonna 1v3 him there. The ball's thrown up again. Squirrel's gonna Goomba stop him back, and then Chicken's gonna push him. And it's getting dirty here. It looks like it's gonna be throw everything out and see what we can do. I'm gonna get the flip reset. Ashley gets under one, gets under two, but no one's following. And Sarah, I think we're about to see the craziest game 5 we ever seen. Cause this 1 minute was just hectic. We got a 50 pinch going to the other side. Ahmed pinches it. Goes for the demo. It's getting fast, folks. It's getting crazy. Gallus tips it back for a back pass, but Cognition reads it. Chicken's going for a crazy play himself, but they're going to cut it out quickly. He actually misses it. There's a demo on the back end. 2v1, but not in their favor. And then he's going to go back, and now that we can get hopefully a little bit of breather here. Sarah, what's going to actually, it's going to be over. They run into each other. There's a demo on the back end. He's going for a demo as well. I do not know what is going on here. It's just going fast paced.
No one wants the ball.
Did somebody say something in chat that just made everyone mad because they're going after each other? It looks like a read here. Ahmad's going up, wins a double off the sidewall. Cognition steals it from Squirrel. They're just going all over the place because now Cognition's up. We have 2 up. Squirrel also got the dunk. Ahmad is just waiting. Sees the touch come out. Chicken has 0. And the last 2 minutes has been one of the craziest ones. And we've been here for 4 games, folks.
Oh, gosh, okay. That's going to be a dangerous touch there from the Toucans as we see more bump plays coming in from Starfish, trying to clear the way for Ahmed here. Squirrel is just defending his team's attempts on net here. Both sides just throwing themselves at each other here. This is one of the best game 5s I've ever casted, Carnage.
I've seen game 5s, and we've all been in the comms, and we know these comms are going crazy. Breakout, no, it gets slowed down, but gets 100 here. Goes for an infield guy. They go for the team pinch. Doesn't get the team pinch. Defends the bar. The crossbar usually would have threw that outwards. That threw it inwards. But actually, they're going to try to read it. Cognition's going to throw it up. Chicken with 28 boosts just tosses it in the air. Scroll goes up. See if he can get another touch on it. Actually fakes one. Doesn't fake Mongol, though. Mongol actually gets demo for his efforts. Cognition is now going to hold on to the ball. Then, folks, if we go to the scrapyard, we're going to see a whole bunch of their cars because they're going after each other right now. There's going to be a chip over one. Can't Chicken get around another? No. Can they get a double? Come on the back end. There's a whole bunch of fakes trying to fake them both, but doesn't scroll up on the top. Can he get a touch? He does. Here comes Ahmed. Ahmed's going to fake it, knowing he can't do anything but boom it back. Ahmed's just going to corral this one. Ashley might be putting in bad position. Ashley gets it clear out. Here comes a shot. Scroll might be backpedaling. Gets the save here. Then right now, this is end-to-end stuff, folks. They're going back and forth. Ahmad going to the backboard, trying to read it. No, they're trying to Goomba stop him a second time here. Then there's a team pinch out, all the way out. There's a shot not on target. So we'll just call that a clear to the backboard to try to get. But right now it's a demo on the back end. He's going for a second one. Ahmad had to run away from it, gets a save. He has no boost. He goes for the 50, gets the 50. He's going to steal 100, and folks, he's going to try to work it here. Here comes Cognition. Doesn't get there. Here comes Squirrel. Squirrel throws it up. Make it off here. We got a double commit here. It's a tap down. We got one player on it, Mongol, and folks, it's just going fast. Sarah, so what are you seeing out of this here?
Sorry, I thought we were about to see the winning goal here. Toucans getting so many chances. It's slow Starfish's defense are the ones scrambling to hold on here, trying to save everything, trying to bump everything. This game somehow remains 0-0 despite being one of the bloodiest ones we've seen so far here. But this could be a miscue. Ahmed just sending it off their own corner for Chicken to get a shot here, blocked by Ahmed again. And Chicken will just turn around, go for the demo. Gauss trying to fit this one through to a teammate. It's Mogul up in the air, shot. 50 again into these corners. Slow Starfish are doing so much to hold on.
They're doing a lot to hold on. That's a misplay by Chicken. They might can get him out here. Gallus is on 0 now. They get a dim on the back end. They do. And he went straight for him as soon as he saw the mistouch. Squirrel, I believe, just ducks his head, turns off ball cam, goes fishing, and Ahmad, the man that I believe has scored all their goals, gets one here.
Doing
15
so
seconds
much
left. Chicken,
work.
can he get it? It's Chicken versus Squirrel. It's going to be a pinch in favor, but actually it's more in favor of Mongo because he has enough boost, but he didn't control it correctly. Not going to go for the team
Oh.
pinch. It's a team lob. Squirrel doesn't need to do anything crazy. Just needs to stay up on the ball. Ball gets knocked up. All they need to do is kill it. They don't want to do. They don't want to play the zero. They don't want to play rule 0 here right now. They just want to put it down. We will go to a game 6, folks. Then let me tell you, if this is how the rest of the series is going to go out, look out.
I am all for it if this is what the rest of the series is going to look out. No goals, all demos. I love to see this. That was some crazy back and forth action from both sides. And again, though, it's Ahmed stepping up, doing work there. 1 goal, 2 saves, 2 shots. Doing so much here. And the Toucans actually double the shots of the Starfish there. 6-2-3. But the defense of slow Starfish, they do not want their season to be over quite yet. They want this series to go deeper and deeper. And they are doing so much work defensively here, keeping it clean, not double committing, and getting great touches out.
Yes, just going back at it, and like you pointed out in the first minute, they weren't even going for the ball; they were going for each other, and which just caused a whole bunch of double commits, even a triple commit at one point, and we thought it was an open net, and the next thing you know, Ahmed just demos Gallus out of nowhere, and then the ball just goes rolling, and they start chasing each other. It was just chaos, mayhem. I thought there was 4 players on both teams as fast as they were going, killing each other out there.
Yeah. It looked like some of those casual lobbies were just evolved into a battle royale where everyone's trying to demo each other. That's what was kind of reminding me of here. There was so many demos. Like that was just, oh man, I'm really hoping we can continue to see that action here in Game 6. But maybe the team that breaks away from that could squeak out some advantages here, right? When you go for demos, you're throwing yourself out of position, and that leaves you open for long shots. So maybe some teams will start to punish that here in Game 6, but either way, we get another 5 minutes of action. Guaranteed carnage. I'm super excited for this Game 6.
And here we go with Squirrel versus Mongol, and we got Cognition tossing it up. Ahmed's going to go for the read. Actually just decides to bail out here. They're going for a long clear. There's a miscue by Gallus. It's going straight to the middle. Mongol's going to chip it back up. He goes for another demo, but Gallus got up in time. He's going to tip it right back to Chicken. Chicken just knows he's beat, lets it go. Ahmed picked up 100. They're playing boomer ball right now, folks. We were from demo ball to boomer ball. Cognition's actually going to corral it for the first time. He goes right into the middle. And it might be a back touch here. Chicken's just going to get behind him with 13. Gets demo for his efforts. Ahmad is just all over the field. And if we have a stats person in here, I need to see how long he's been a supersonic, because it seems like every time somebody touches the ball, he hits them or he's in front of the ball. Like right there, he gets it. Wins it past Gallus, goes for a 50. Actually goes for a 100. Actually still it might drop right in front of the net. No one's going to go for it. Squirrel steals 100. That actually is the best play. Smart right here. Cognition's going to slow it down. Might actually just give it back to Godless. And right now they might be going for their own plays. Set up right here. Godless tries to get the 50. Not the 50 he wanted. Ahmad's just going to turn around, get the bump on Chicken. Now we got a clear for Cognition. Might give you a 1-2 play, folks. Squirrel doesn't get enough on actually waits for it. Wins the 50. Yeah, here comes Cognition. We got 2 up against Cognition. Can Ahmad just slip through? Try to get the pinch the opposite way. That was actually Squirrel. My fault, ladies and gentlemen. And again, for the first minute, there's a demo on the backside. Ahmad just trying to sit in front. The open net is going to be open. Can he get there in time? No, Squirrel's gonna jump in front of it, and now they're going to the side. Ahmed going for a pinch here. Does get the pinch, but it might be in danger of going back into his net. Here we go. Cognition get it clear. And here comes Ahmed going straight down. And for another minute and 30 seconds, sir, it's just pure mayhem. They're throwing everything at him, but Chicken gets dunked, goes rolling back to their side of the field.
Toucan, so many chances here to attack, just not able to beat the defense. Again, holding strong are the Starfish, and they've been winning the demos, I gotta say, so far here. But a big shot there from Mogul in the midfield. Ahmed having to collect this one in the corner, having a bit of a quiet game here, 6 point-wise, at least only 12 in the opening couple minutes. But you can never count them out here. I'm just waiting for them to find an opportunity and take the scoring here. But first, it's the Toucans on the attack. Ahmed, here we go. They got the dribble going here. They beat 1, can't beat 2. Great challenge there from Chicken. Just goes for a shot, tries to slam it off the backboard for Cognition to handle out well. into Mogul, tried to pass it in, but ends up finding Ahmed. Gotta be careful with those ones as Ahmed now in the Shadow Realm. Chicken faking it. Oh, gone under one, going over two here, but the ball gets away from them. It's back to the Starfish. No, it's back to Chicken. Go for the flick on net. Ahmed saved there, getting it past the second player, and Mogul tries to keep this one in. 3 minutes in, and still no goals scored.
And honestly, I think somebody has to get creative here. One of the teams needs to do an infield pass. The demo, we got a triple pass in one pass right there. And Chicken's gonna back up, get the 100 on a half flip, going straight back out to Cognition. That ball might be free for somebody. Everybody wants the ball to come down. They don't want to play the ball too far in the air because they know if they're out of boost, they're in trouble. Match is gonna take a strike from distance. They might get beat here. That's an open net. It might hit the inside of the post. No, Squirrel, please, smart here. Can't keep him out. Toucans attack him out of the flock and put it in. Squirrel actually braked at the right time and tries the 50, but gets faked on and hits the inside of the post. And Squirrel actually cleaned everything up from the first game till now. That he's doing everything right, but Toucans are doing everything better at the moment. We only got a minute and 30. That might be the last goal we get today, unless Alma has anything to say for it. It looks like he was going for a double pinch inside the wall. Scrolls up, scrolls back on the ground. Scrolls waiting for him. Squirrel's just gonna kind of wait there. They're waiting downfield. They're throwing everything. Ahmed throws himself in front of them to get a bump. And right now, Cognition throws it off. His ball's up in the air. And right now, at this point, if you lose by 1 or you lose by 5, you have to throw everything at them. You have to find a way to get in here. Toucans have been too solid right now. There's actually 0 shots for the Starfish.
Exactly.
Somebody has the advantage. They're going to get creative here. This is off, and I don't think it registered as a shot, but they should have because that's what he was aiming for, folks. Cognition is going to drop past it to Ahmed. Ahmed was going to get 100. Actually, I think he got the 400. He actually threw it too far. He actually get a tip around 1. Chicken's going to match him here. We got a ball going all the way back down by Godless. We're seeing everything come out. Squirrel looks for the flick, doesn't get it. Actually going for the demo play. He's looking for the bump. Did he get him? He got him. The V1 goal explosion just shows you that they pulled out their play style right there. Squirrel didn't have any boost. Mongol didn't know that. And Cognition gets it in, folks. And right now, Starfish are fighting for their lives, and Toucans are fighting to end this game.
Get chased out of net there. We get another kickoff, and it's won by the Starfish here in the closing 30 seconds. It's Godless in their own corner, down the Chicken, now with possession and plenty of boost. Pinched over. It's Ahmed, clear. Soft one, trying to get a follow-up touch, can't do so, but finds their teammate. Scro just goes for a shot off the backboard. Ahmed's up in the air, double touch into the corner. 15 seconds left to go now. Chicken picking up the 100 here. Tries to beat one, can't do so. Squirrel keeping this one in. Mogul pumps this one out the Chicken. 1v1 against Ahmed. Looking to go for the backboard. Is Chicken go for the double touchdown? He gets it, but it's just wide. Ahmed another save there too. And with 0 seconds left, the ball comes down. Overtime. Game 6.
And I believe Starfish, whoever went for that double should have let it go because that was their last defender, but now they might pay for it because Toucans are coming out blistering hot, but Ahmed is just going to clear it up. Here comes Ahmed. Godless is going to go up, and right now Chicken, Godless, and Ahmed have always contested each other. Usually, most of the time, he's actually going to get the redirect on him. No, but here comes Squirrel. Squirrel's just going to corral and gets the 100. Chips it over 1. Chicken's going to get the bump on Chicken. That might actually help out here. Here we go. Chicken tries to fake him. This time, Cognition not falling for Squirrel. Gets a demo on the back end. This is the time to go, if anything, but Ahmed misses it. This might be the game here. Cognition gets it out. Ahmed needs to get around it. Here comes. I believe that's Godless, and that's a dunk. Oh, they're in trouble here. They don't need that ball floating in the middle. That's still a good shot for Chicken here. Oh, here they're going to give him back to taste of their own medicine. No, they don't. Cognition just needs to win the 50. Blue needs to get out of the half. They are feeling the pressure, and you can tell that they're just slowly succumbing to it because there's a lot of double commits or there's uncertainty of what's going to happen. Squirrel just missed a demo. We got Ahmed trying to go up to fight Chicken. Chicken actually faked him. Squirrel's going to try to top it over. Ahmed gets over 1. They're going to 1-2 out of it. He has no boost left in the tank, but Ahmed's going to pick it up for him, use all his to get out. And right here, this is life or death for them. There's going to be an open shot for Cognition, blocked by Godless. Cognition's going to put it up. That's actually from Squirrel. Squirrel is looking to try to bump him out of the net. Doesn't get it. Ahmad's going to throw it up. He might get a double here. He does, but wouldn't have been on target. Would have been high, but Godless made sure of that. Now we got one. We're going for the sharp angle shot. It is the shot right there. Godless played him. Instead of going for the shot, gets a little dink right here, and it beats Squirrel, and the shot goes blistering
Oh,
in. Ladies and gentlemen, the game 5 and game 6 was insane. Incredible resilience from Slow Starfish, but congratulations to Toucans and unexpected the GM of the Toucans for winning this. And Chicken played out of his mind. The entire team for Toucans played out of their mind defensively, but Chicken stepped up to shut Ahmed down. If you go back, it was an Ahmed versus Chicken, and then after that is everybody else just needed to do their part.
wow, congratulations to the Toucans and the Jungle here, closing out the series in 6, doing so much work to hold on there and take it in overtime. And oh man, heartbreak for the Starfish. Like, I'll be honest, I've never seen a team leave a match that quickly there. As soon as that goal was on, they just were gone. They did not want to face this one because it's a hard one. It's brutal to come so far in the season and trip at the final hurdle. But you have to give them credit. Starfish had an amazing season. They made it super far and they challenged so many great teams here in the playoffs. You got to hope the players stick around and bring it back. But before that next season, you got to celebrate for the Toucans.
Oh yes, indeed. You got to celebrate, and winning in overtime, whether it's game 6, game 7, or game 4, that has to be the biggest relief because you're thinking if they drop that game, the momentum is going to swing so hugely because those demos are coming through and eventually it was going to work because that's how they kept scoring for in favor of the slow starfish. But the Toucans showed, I think they showed more resilience than most of the finals I watched because they were getting hammered, they were getting beaten on. They were at most of the time they had zero boost. They were just kind of throwing themselves just to go get the ball, just to make sure they stopped them. But kudos to everybody. And for me, MVP had to be Chicken. Chicken was doing everything right for his teammates to also flourish in his game in his series.
Dude, I'd have to agree with you there. 100% Chicken doing so much work, stepping up with the goals, stepping up in the saves. But you also, at the end of the day, it is a team game, of course. Mogul had some great plays, Gallus had some great plays, and I think it was the Toucans who really started escalating this game, drawing it into the bumps and demos. And while the Starfish did respond well there, especially Squirrel, as I was saying before the match, right, more than one demo per game, the Toucans had that resilience. They had the defense. They reduced the amount of shots Starfish could get and they just stuffed Ahmed where possible, and that took them across the finish line. And yeah, this was seriously one of the best grand finals I've had the chance to cast for RSC. But Carnage, we've still got some more games tonight.
Yes, we do. Unfortunately, this is my last game, or actually last series. I will be back Monday, but we're getting the